Hey there guys, welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. In today's video we have got another Spain review. We're going to be reviewing the game of Spain 6, Croatia nil. We're going to be taking a look at how Spain have gone ahead and beaten the World Cup finalists by 6 goals to nil. An extraordinary match. We're going to be going through the lineups, all of the relative team news. We're going to be going through the performances, the individual performances, and everything that you guys need to know about what was a cracking match last night. So just to give you guys a bit of a brief introduction to this game, Spain were going to be taking on Croatia in our second UEFA Nations League match, Croatia's first, and after this 6-0 beating of them, we now leave ourselves with 6 points, with England on 0 and Croatia on 0. We've come up against 2 World Cup semi-finalists here, and Croatia, of course, a World Cup finalist, 2nd and 4th place in the World Cup. And we've gone ahead and beaten them, in my opinion, both times very, very comfortably. Of course, the Croatia game, an absolute thrashing. We put them to one side. I'm going to be talking about all of that in more detail, of course, but the England game, although it was 2-1, I've already reviewed it, and I feel as if we did play really, really, really well in that game too, on the new management of Luis Enrique. It's all looking good for Spain at the moment, if I'm being honest, and an absolutely world-class 5-star performance from the Spanish national team today, with new faces in the side, new players coming in, and we've beaten them by 6 goals to nil, which, if I'm being honest, is absolutely ridiculous. It's insane, it's incredible. There's few words to describe what actually happened on the pitch last night, but I'm going to be trying to describe it all for you guys in this video. So that's the brief introduction done. Now we're going to be moving on to the sides lineups for today's video. Spain did change their side from what beat England. Everyone thought they'd go pretty much similar, apart from the fact that maybe Aspas would come out for the likes of Asensio or Morata. That did happen. Aspas did indeed come out. He didn't have the best game against England, I personally felt. I think Luis Enrique would agree. He came out there for Asensio, who, well, we'll talk about later. Dani Ceballos came into the midfield for his first start for the national team, the official national team. He won the Player of the Year in the under-17s tournament, not under-17s, under-21s tournament of the Euros 2017, so he was due an appearance in the full national team. He started in midfield, of course, next to Busquets and Saul Niguez in the place of Thiago, and then at left back we had Gaia, who was a much more player who, in my opinion, reminded me of Jordi Alba compared to Marcos Alonso, who's much taller, much more bulky, and much more of a goal-scoring threat. Gaia gets him behind, he'll square it across the box well, very, very quick, very quick indeed. He was having an incredible match there, tracking back, getting forward, and yeah, that is how Spain went. So just a couple of changes in there, but in my opinion, I thought that it actually ended up working really, really well for us. And of course, we just made a few changes off the bench as the match went on. For Croatia, I know they were missing a lot of their World Cup stars, but it's still a very, very good side. We'll have a look at the defence here. Kalinic starting in goal with Salico, Mitrovic, and Vida, who in my opinion was one of the best defenders at the World Cup. He was playing in there along with Pivovic at the back. In midfield, listen to these 5 midfielders they have, guys. Brozovic, Rakitic, Kovacic, Modric, and Ivan Perisic. It is an incredible midfield. You could argue that as the best midfield in the world. You honestly could. And the fact that Spain have come here today, we've beaten them by 6 goals to nil. We haven't let Modric have a sniff. Apparently the best player of 2018. I'm not so sure about that. Thank you very much. He got absolutely outplayed by the likes of Dani Ceballos, Saul Niguez, Sergio Busquets. They absolutely ran over this unbelievable midfielder, if I'm being honest. And they also start with, I believe, Ivan Santini up front. I think that's his first name anyway. Who, yeah, it is Ivan Santini, who, of course, started up front for them there. I know they're missing Mandzukic, they're missing Subasic, they're missing Dejan Lovren, who's actually been pretty good for them lately. But apart from that, it's almost a full-strength team. It shouldn't be getting beaten 6-0 by a new-look Spain side, by a Spain side that's only just been taken over by Luis Enrique, that's coming out of a real turmoil period. It shouldn't be getting beaten 6-0. They're a really good block, Croatia. They defend well, they're well-drilled, and I know they've got a few changes in there, but that midfield should really be running over our midfield, especially with the likes of debutants Dani Ceballos going in there. It should be dominating. It should be closing us down. They should be at least scoring 1 goal in this game. To be leading 6 without reply is honestly unbelievable. So those are the lineups done. We're just going to be running through the match action now, speaking a little bit about what actually happened in this unbelievable game, and that's all going to be starting off in the first 10 minutes or so. Croatia didn't look too bad, they were as we expected. They were hard to break down. We were really struggling to actually get into the midfield from our defensive phase. I know De Gea was very insistent on playing at the back, and it played into Croatia's hands a little bit, if I'm being honest. They pressed nicely and high, and it didn't give the likes of Nacho, Ramos, Carvajal, Gaia, and especially David De Gea, who in my opinion struggled big time with the ball at his feet today to actually have a lot of time on the ball to pick their pass. De Gea put in a few dangerous passes. Busquets wasn't looking his normal self in there, under a lot of pressure from the likes of Rakitic, Modric, Kovacic, Brozovic, those sorts of midfielders with Perisic in there as well, and Santini as the pillar up front. What they did is pressed really nicely. We gave the ball away in a couple of chances. Rakitic had a good chance. He brushed a shot just wide of De Gea's post in like the 4th minute. They came forward again and had a really, really good chance too through Perisic, but a brilliant block by Dani Carvajal actually stopped it from being a goal, and then De Gea gathered. So we could have maybe been 2-0 down there in the opening 10-15 minutes, but we survived that storm and took it on from there. It was actually the 23rd minute, I believe, when Saul Niguez snuck in and got his 2nd goal in 2 starts for competitive football in the Spanish national team. Ramos with a brilliant ping out actually to the right-hand side. Carvajal controlled it relatively decently actually, whips it on the outside of his foot on the volley, and then Saul Niguez making a late midfield run, really strong in the air, Saul, as we know for Atletico, and it's a brilliant bullet header into the ground. It's where you need to put it, the headers nicely into the ground, and he heads it off the ground and into the top corner. That's where the ball ends up. And, well, we're celebrating as a team there, enjoying ourselves, because that is a really, really nice response to Croatia having a good start to the game. You know, they would be coming into this thinking, we can get in this Spain side, because Spain had a poor World Cup, but they're under new management. They're not exactly in the best period. But we're the World Cup finalists. You know, we nearly beat France in the final. We're up there with one of the best teams in the world right now. We've got some of the best players in the world, and they go 1-0 down there. So it's really good. We weathered a little bit of an early storm from Croatia and then got the lead through Saul. Apart from that, I think the press was really, really good from the whole side. We did really, really well as a block, a hard-working side. In my opinion, the fullbacks were excellent. Nacho and Ramos were calm on the ball. Ramos was constantly picking out Carvajal. And it was only until the 33rd minute, just 10 minutes after Saul's goal, that we made it 2-0. A really poor pass by one of the midfielders. I think it may have been Kovacic, but don't hold me to that. I think it was anyway. Could have also been Marco Roglo, who did come on at right back for Vasalico, who got injured in the 20th minute, which is of course another big blow for them. But I think it was either Rog or Kovacic that gave it away. I'm not too sure, but it came to Asensio. He just reacted. He got the ball. The keeper was slightly out of position. You know, he was way too far aside, in my opinion, not in the middle of his goal. And Asensio does a trademark smash. He absolutely leathers through the ball, he wallops it, and it goes right into the net and right into the corner too. It was a really, really good finish from outside the box. Classic Asensio, and a classic Asensio celebration, holding up his top 2. It was extraordinary. It was a brilliant strike. I was really happy for him because it was his first goal in the national team. He needed that to get it off, just to get a little bit of pressure off his back. And from then onwards, he took it from there. Just 2 minutes later, he got the ball from the right-hand side. He cut inside, went past 2 or 3 defenders, whips an unbelievable shot rather. It hits off the bar and then back off the goalkeeper's back and goes in. It goes down as a Lovre Kanalic own goal, the number 12 in the net for Croatia today in Subasic's absence and retirement. It goes off his back. Asensio wheels away. You know, it's not going to go down as an Asensio goal for sure, but it is an absolutely wonderful individual effort by Marco Asensio once more, who's made it 3-0 in this match now with 1 goal and 1 assist. So it's all looking good for Spain. We went into half-time nice and dominant. You know, Rodrigo had a couple of chances here and there. We maybe could have made it 4 or even 5. But being 3-0 up as the break was something I never expected going into this game. I thought maybe a 2-1 loss for us, a 1-0 draw, or a 2-1 win for us. So I think it could have really gone either way this game going into it, but we slowly start to take control. As we approach the second half, just 4 minutes into it, Asensio then decided to slide in Rodrigo. You know, he's too quick for the Croatia backline, that's for sure. He gets in there, right-footed finish on his weak foot, hitting around the goalkeeper's legs there, and he makes it 4-0 to Spain. So we in complete cruise control here. Nothing Croatia can do about it. You know, they're just getting absolutely destroyed at this point, if I'm being honest. It was quite sensational from the Spanish national team, tapping it around. They must have had the large part of 60% of the possession throughout the entire match. So I was really, really pleased with the performance today. So yeah, Rodrigo on the score sheet again. That's his 2nd goal in 2 games after also scoring at Wembley against England. And he was again back on the score sheet today in Elche against Croatia. So 2 top sides that Rodrigo scored against there. He's really looking like the main man under Luis Enrique. And with another 2 massive goals for the national team, he's really going to put himself up there, if I'm being honest, Rodrigo. So there's no reason why he shouldn't be starting in major tournaments in the coming future. And I really do like the look of him. I feel as if he fits perfectly with this side. Moving on to the 57th minute now. We got a corner. Marco Asensio whips it in. He gets, I believe, his 3rd assist of the game. Yeah, it is his 3rd assist of the game. The captain Ramos is too good at heading. He loses his marker, Vida. Domagoj Vida, yeah. He loses his marker. He heads it in, 57th minute. It's no, not 3-0, 5-0 to Spain. Unbelievable scenes here, and with more than 30 minutes to go. So Croatia couldn't really believe what was happening here. So yeah, Ramos also on the score sheet. That was brilliant to see. Busquets then got substituted off with half an hour to go. Rodri came on, the kind of the future Busquets, really. He slotted in there really comfortably. And with 5-0 up, we were looking extremely comfortable. And being 5-0 up in 60 minutes was just absolutely wonderful. You know, the whole nation couldn't really believe what was happening, if I'm being honest. We decided to make another substitute here. Saul Niguez came off. He got rested for his team, Atletico, of course. Thiago came on, who, in my opinion, actually had a really good game off the bench. We moved on then to the 70th minute. Again, Asensio got the ball in. His 4th assist of the day. He was involved in 5 goals today. He squared it back. Isco with a wonderful first touch on the left foot. A brilliant finish on the right foot. Arguably the best goal of the day, actually. Far top corner. Isco, a man who, in my opinion, was our best player under Lopetegui. He really took the reins on under Lopetegui, but I didn't feel as if he'd been playing that well under Luis Enrique both games, so to see him get on the score sheet now, a bit more confidence for him was absolutely brilliant. I was really pleased to see that. Just 5 minutes later, Azpilicueta came on at right back for Carvajal. You know, a little bit more insurance in there. The game was already won, 6-0 to the Spanish national team. Maybe we could have made it 7 on a couple of occasions. I feel as if Isco could have got his second in there. We were creating an abundance of chances, basically. Maybe could have got it into double figures if we really wanted to, but I think that was probably a little bit too much. Croatia were just a tiny bit better than that, but I think we made them look a lot worse than they are. You know, we know Croatia, we know how well they defend. England fans know how tough it is to play against Croatia. So to go ahead and beat them 6-0 just after they'd come second in the World Cup is actually really impressive and a massive confidence boost for the side. Also, to be 6 points up in our UEFA Nations League group is a massive confidence boost for the side. There's only positive things going on right now on the national team. I'm actually really liking some of the players that Luis Enrique is bringing in. You know, we've got a new era here. Look at this. We've got Gaia in there. We've got Dani Ceballos, Saul Niguez, Marco Asensio, Rodrigo. Isco was already in there before, of course, but we've got these sorts of players coming in there, and it's really exciting to see actually how well they're working together at such an early stage. So only positive things to come, I think, in the future from the national team. I'm so pleased with the way this has started. All in all, dominating possession, dominating the attacks. Croatia, a brilliant side, absolutely put to one side here by the national team today. I couldn't be more pleased, couldn't be more proud, couldn't be more happy with the team today. And yeah, I've gone through the game, gone through the lineups, gone through how well I thought Spain played. And we're going to end off here with my Man of the Match award, who I would give to Marco Asensio. I was so impressed with the way he took the game by the scruff of the neck today. He was beating players, taking players on. And to be getting 4 assists and 1 goal in a game is actually unbelievable. So well done to Asensio there for getting my Man of the Match. And I believe a lot of other people's Man of the Match, if I'm being honest, for today's game. And yeah, that's where this video, guys, is going to have to come to an end. Please do leave a like on it if you have enjoyed these reviews. It won't be till next October when we've got games against Wales and then England again, where I'll be doing more previews, or not previews, reviews rather, of the Spanish national team. So you guys seem to enjoy the England one, so if you guys do enjoy the Croatia one, then smash like on the video. It's 2 wins out of 2 for Luis Enrique in charge of the national team. And for now, peace out.